Hey guys, welcome back. Mr.G here. Today we're going to be getting into the Wander app and we're going to express ourselves and we're going to search over the entire world without leaving our classroom. So let's get in and explore today. For today, we're going to be using the Wander app. The Wander app has been around for a couple of years now. What this is doing is we're using Google Maps to show us different places around the world. So once you get in here, you have several different little screens that you're going to get through. And then you have the giant map, and I can pull the map up on my hand as well, or I can start off here and get myself some leeway. So the best part about the Wander app is I can search all over the world. Anywhere there's this blue stuff, this is using the Google map data, the Google data, so that we can go around and search anywhere in the world. Again, it's not anywhere. Yes, there's a part of a desert over here that we can't see just because we don't have Google map data for that. But all the stuff that's in blue, you can go there and check it out. And I think that's really cool. So we can go anywhere in the world that Google's ever been. This also has a time feature. If I pull up my watch here, I can change the date at this location. There's no other dates, but I can go back in time to find that information from the date. So if there's been a large amount of construction or whatnot in that space, then we can go back in time and see it from a different thing. We can also search by space up here. You can go up in here to search and do discover social, my profile, so that you can find different things that you've checked out before, and you can go further into that. We can zoom in here to get a more street view, more pinpointed once we get to the location that we're getting to today. So in here, one of the things that I think is great about this is that now we can travel the world. We can go anywhere in a virtual field trip without having to leave our classroom. No permission slips necessary, so we can go anywhere and do anything. So let's go ahead and start off. We're going to go to the Louvre. Here we go with our map up here. I'm going to go ahead and close the map out so I'm back here on the street. I can search and just walk around here just like I'm actually in Paris, which is really cool. So we're going to click on the arrow. We can drive down the street. This is all using, again, like I said, it's Google map data, so it is still images. So when you look through here, you're in a 360 view as you're looking around, so it's not going to be a lot of movement. So you got to keep that in mind. I think that is going to be important when we're dealing with students who might have motion sickness and whatnot. So we don't have to worry about that with the students. Now, this is outside of the museum, but you can go into the museum as well. Let me pull my data. That's where I am on the street. Here we have the Louvre Museum. Here we can click on the museum and it's going to put us inside, a little slanted sideways. Don't know why it's slanted, but I will say that we're having to blur because of people. Oh, there we go. So it's starting to buffer out now. So you're in the museum. You can take a look around, and this is really cool to kind of feel like you're actually at the museum without not actually having to be at the museum. We can go back to Discover, and from here we can go to. So if we pull up Discover, we can see different regions around, so that people that have created specific montages for us to walk through, and we can go check out different places. So let's find something cool to go check out today. Temple of Jupiter. So it gives a little background information here that you can read. Lower that down, and then we can actually be at that location. So we can check around, see how the stone is actually formed. We can look at the size of the stone. This is a one-to-one kind of feeling of you actually being there. So if you're 6 feet tall like me, these blocks feel like they're 6 feet. This one over here feels like it's a little taller than 6 feet. This one's right about eye level for me. And we can go around to different spaces. So and actually go around these ruins and see stuff that I've never seen before. I've never been here. And I think this is cool. I think it's important for a student to see a teacher just as excited about the learning process as they're sitting in that class, because if you're excited, the students are excited, and they find that you can do all this stuff, that it's a communal thing. And I think learning as a community is definitely a positive. There's those blocks that we were on the other side of just a second ago, so I can walk all around this space. This is fascinating to me because you can see the detail of the sculpture, the detailed carvings that are in these pieces. Am I actually there? No. But can I get the same level of information out of it? Kinda. I feel like I'm actually, I'm really close to these objects, so I can feel like I can get a sense of, if I was to pull out my sketchbook after this and start drawing out the patterns that I'm seeing in front of me, I would get that. I would understand what I'm doing and how I would be applying that knowledge to the artwork that I want to build. I'm big into doing antiquity pieces, or using antiquity to drive some of the designs that I do in my own pieces, and to see that, even though I'm not there, but actually to look at how that design is, and how the pattern is laid out and how deep it is into the stonework, I can emulate that. I can grasp that, and I can use that in my own pieces. I think that's a very important thing. Again, I'm trying to expand the level of knowledge and areas that I can take my students so that I can get them engaged in the learning processes. I do know that there are other apps out there that kind of support a more of a three-dimensional, so you can fly over the city. But I think if you were just stepping into using this as a learning tool as a first timer, I think that this would be a lot better, because the still photographs, so I can walk around in my Guardian, which is the space that I've set up in my room, to where I can walk around and look around at different stuff. This is a lot better than having one where I can fly around and I have to move because of motion sickness. And that is one concern I do have with some of my students. We do talk a lot about how, when you're in VR, if moving your feet and kind of keeping a fan in the room so that you got air moving around you does help, if you have some students who are more apt to motion sickness. So the big thing is, you have to put your mind in the mentality of, you are actually in these places. Once you put the headset on, the things that you see in front of you is you are actually there. I think living it through that perspective is a lot better. So again, I'm just in awe of seeing this right now, and I it's weird. I feel a little bit hot right here, because even though I have a fan on, I can actually feel wind blowing. The sun, there's just that level of, you feel like you're there. You feel like you're a part of this scenario, even though I know that this is a virtual reality headset that I'm wearing. I am in my room. I know that I am like thousands of miles away from this location. I'm 1,000 miles away from Lebanon, but I just think it's really cool. I'm going to switch it up. Again, this app is a paid app. Switch it over to YouTube VR, so we can take a flight so you guys can get the difference of, if we were, get my 360 videos here. So the YouTube VR app, if you search a 3D video,
Petra,
you will be
Georgia,
transported
one of
to
the
that
new
location,
7 wonders of the world.
This is really cool, because it's giving you that overview. It's telling me where I am. This is the mausoleum. But to go and just kind of, you're on a drone and you're flying over
Many
all these
kings
landscapes.
wish to be
as
buried
long
in
as the
Petra,
motion is
and their
very
wish came true.
slow in the way that it moves.
We are
it doesn't move
approaching
very
one of the
fast.
royal
You're just kind of
tombs,
walking through.
the urn tomb.
This works really well.
In the 5th
You don't
century,
get motion sickness
this
at all.
mausoleum was
I'm
turned
slowly
into
moving my
church.
feet around as I'm talking and as I'm looking, so that I can kind of feel a sense of where I am location-wise. I feel like there's a presence under my feet. But to take your students
Among other royal
to this
tombs,
place,
there is the silk tomb,
sunlight coming in,
named for
you
the
see
rich
rays
color of the
light as they're
sandstone.
coming down, hitting
The
on rocks. You
Corinthian
can see
and
where
the
the
palace
light
tombs,
starts to
they were
shift.
built at the end of the
And then to
Nabatean
look
period
at all of
in the
this
1st century
majestic,
AD.
Beautiful location, this beautiful scenery in front of you, and seeing the history kind of just, it's there. I'm looking at it. I can see it right in front of me. And to have a student right there along with me on that ride, where either right now you guys are
Look
watching
at the
this
small cavities in the
through your
rocks.
screen. You're
These
hearing
are
me
tombs
talk about
too.
it, but there is
Officials,
definite difference
ministers,
in
and other kings'
putting a
confidants
headset on and
were
feeling
buried
like
here.
you're at these
This stone
locations
tomb complex was
than
named the Street of
just hearing me
Facades.
talk about it. So I'm a big fan of VR, and I'm going to be continuing
The
this
main
as a
part
series,
of the city
but I
covered
do wanna
around
go ahead and
3
wrap up
square
class right now, as
kilometers.
we're slowly just
At
drifting
the time
our
of
way
its
through
prosperity,
the Jordan
Petra
landscape
was full of
over
life.
here in the
Its population
the
was
city of
around
Petra.
20,000
That's just
people.
wonderful. So let's go ahead and wrap up class like we always do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share all the various platforms. Get the
Now
message
we
out
are
there to as many
approaching the
teachers,
majestic
friends, students as possibly
amphitheater.
can. Educate
This
the
is
masses.
the evidence
Look,
that
there's a
Petra
drone
wasn't
shot. You can see
always
myself.
the city
There,
of
like,
the dead.
There, you see that?
In
Right there? That's me.
106 AD,
Flying.
Petra became a Roman
so
colony.
fun.
And just imagine how this
amphitheater.
theater gathered 8,000
Gorgeous.
people to see gladiator fights,
If you guys have
races,
a question, comment, or
and
concern
other
during today's
entertainments.
class, don't forget to raise hands in the comments below. Happy to answer those questions from my classmates. I will be continuing this VR series on out. Got some more cool tips, tricks, things for you guys to know how we can educate our students and get them to learn more effectively.
To save the
using
water
VR,
in this
using
dry
this as an
area,
educational tool.
people
and for my
carved
students,
canals right in the
this
cliffs.
is so much fun. It really is. If you guys can get a headset, by all means, I recommend it. I will say that they are, it's cheaper to get this than to get the new PlayStation 5. That price point, it's cheaper. But other than that, I will see you guys next class. I'm just going to cruise over here, fly. Oh, how are we up?
Let's get back to Al Hazna. It is also called treasury for a reason. According to a legend, the treasure of the Egyptian pharaoh is hidden here.
So cool.